We want to show you this amazing run, and you want to see them, so be sure to make that donation to Animal Park, if you are able, to help us get that run added to the schedule. All right, everybody, it's what you've been waiting for. Let's see those hype emotes in the chat as we get ready for our final game of the first day of Fastest Furs at FWA. This is going to be Metroid Prime Any Percent, featuring the fabulous Cody7737. Let's take it away.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Cody7737, and you are?
Yeah, and my name is Savage Wizrobe. I will be on commentary today.
And I'm pretty much ready, so I'm just going to get started. So timing in this game normally starts as soon as I gain control of Samus. So I'm just going to start and count it down for the host. All right, so on 0, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's
0.
go! Woo!
Yeah, so first off in the game, we start by doing something very hard, shooting targets.
Targets
Always
is terrible.
hard. Yes, and then immediately, as you see, we shoot some more targets, and then we start getting into some of the basic movement of the game here. So you see Cody pull out the scan visor, and he uses this to dash. So this game is a little interesting because it doesn't have a sideways speed cap, so you can basically dash off of scan points or enemies, say in combat, and then you can just go flying. And this allows you to go through rooms very quickly. Also, you see Cody go through these hallways in Morph Ball here. Also a fairly fast form of movement as long as it's pretty flat. And then you use, unfortunately, sometimes it's a bit of a time investment because you have to bomb the door and it takes time to morph and unmorph as well. So it's a little bit tricky to do, but he knows exactly what to do here. So
right. So in this game, there is a speed cap going forward and backwards. So going forward and backwards when you're not morphed is kind of slow. So I don't really do it too much. So what you're going to notice me doing a lot is what's called scan dashing. I've been doing it already, and I will continue to do it for the whole run. I'm basically using, I'll do it right now, but I dash off these scan points. The mechanic I'm abusing here is just one where you're supposed to be able to lock onto your enemy and dodge their attacks using the combat visor. And this trick has actually been patched in recent versions of the game. Anything past, I believe, 2002?
Oh yeah, and by the way, there's this trick.
Oh
so
yeah.
Cody found this trick, and if you missed Cody Ledge, it was a fancy. I'll let Cody explain it.
Oh well.
It's a ledge clip. I place you on, and it repositions you so you can jump over the rail, and you don't have to go all around the room. Okay, thank you, Cody. Give it up for Cody. All right. All right.
Anyone who understands the reference is truly an OG. Alright, so I'm actually going to be taking a safety save here, even though it's literally the very beginning of the game.
Never hurts to be safe.
There's some stuff that I'm going to be doing shortly that's extremely difficult, very unforgiving, so I might have to reset. But we'll see what happens. I'll give it a try. Hopefully I don't have to reset.
We'll get there when we get there.
Sorry, the movement was kind of sloppy because I'm not used to this movement. I never obviously save here, but for the purpose of the run, I will be doing that. There's a few points I will be saving too later on.
Yeah, so first off, we have the first boss of the game, the Parasite Queen. So you're supposed to scan this thing to reveal the weak point, lock on, but You don't need to do that, you just rapid fire missiles, so that's a trick that you can do in this game. You hold the C stick up and you spam the missile button, your missiles shoot a lot faster, and it's used throughout the run on various boss fights.
Correct.
And there we go, that's Parasite Queen done.
Alright, upcoming is the very only individual level in this game. It's called the Frigate Escape.
Yeah, of course it's a Metroid game, it's got to have an escape sequence, right? We know this.
Unfortunately, the music for this one isn't as good as, say, Prime 2 Echoes, but it's still interesting. I think it's fun.
Yeah, so
basically, in this game, there's a giant meme. It's, because Frigate in this game is incredibly difficult, and it's very easy to reset to. Oops. So, it's because of this trick, what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, so what Cody is attempting right now, he's doing an out of bounds. So in this game, out of bounds is very technical. So basically every room is inside of a box. Inside this box is normal physics, like normal physics you expect. Outside this box is this void, or we call it ether, where you can stand in and you just like float. So what Cody does to scale like vertical distances through these rooms, especially this shaft here, is he jumps into the ether and goes in and out of the boundary box of the room, and he has a small input window to input a jump, well, 3 frames or 1/20th of a second, and he uses this to climb this shaft here. This one is a bit of a tricky out of bounds because at this point of the game you don't have the luxury of the space jump boots, which is the item that allows you to jump twice. You get a double jump in midair. And in addition, out of bounds is technical as well because collision is two-sided in this game, and it seems very random. There are out of bounds. There's collision where it's sticky, and sometimes there are standable spots as well. They seem random, but Cody knows what he's doing here. These are precise locations where he's going, because what these do is these load the triggers of the next room, or sometimes he uses them to jump and.
All right, and we're out.
Yeah, just like that, and he got back in bounds by loading the room around him.
Okay, so this trick that I just did, it's the #1 most stressful trick in the game, because it's very, very easy to mess up, but luckily we made it through. First try too, so I'm very happy with that.
That's right, very nice. Give it up for Cody.
So there's a pretty long cutscene here. There's some time to read some donations if there's any.
Good time.
Yeah, that was fantastic. What a treat to watch that. We don't have any donations right now, but I did want to give a shout out to our sponsor. Fastest Furs would like to give a massive thank you to our host and sponsor for our first ever live event, Furry Weekend Atlanta. We are proud to be a part of Furry Weekend Atlanta's amazing weekend of programming and hope that everyone watching online considers attending the event in the future. Make sure to check out their website, www.furryweekend.com, and follow them on your social media of choice to get updates about future FWA events.
Oh yeah, so you might have noticed as that was happening, we got the space jump boots right immediately. Remember when I talked about that? Well, you can get it as the first item in the game. It's like pretty much the first trick that anyone learns in this game if they speedrun it. It's a really easy trick, really useful, saves a huge backtrack, really breaks open the early game. It's honestly amazing.
Yeah, it's the single most important sequence break in the whole game, and for some reason the devs put the Space Jump Boots like right at the beginning of the game, and I'm very thankful for that because Space Jump Boots makes this game way more fun.
Yeah, shoutouts to the devs. That's for sure. So coming up here next, we're going to the Chozo Ruins, which is, at this point in the game, we're basically collecting many of the main items that we need for the run, like your classic Metroid items like the Morph Ball, the bombs, etc., which we actually lost in the frigate, oddly enough. You're supposed to lose your items in the frigate, but even if you do the wall crawl, you still lose them, so it's not like Metroid Prime 2 Echoes where you can actually skip the item loss. And here Cody's doing a slope jump to get to this missile expansion up here that skips an entire boss fight. You don't need the missile launcher, a missile expansion will suffice. It also, missile expansions do not have a cutscene associated with them as well. So the slope jump, I just want to mention that when he jumps up against a slope, it gives him a little boost of vertical speed to gain a slight amount of height. And you see he gained an E-tank there, or energy tank, so that's going to be useful for the run as well. Dying is not a good idea. Oh yeah, also orb.
orb. I have the orb. Okay, so one interesting thing about this game, it kind of it's relevant here. This game is actually timed through in-game time. I may have mentioned it earlier. I don't think I did it, but
No.
yeah. So basically, what I'm doing the whole way through is I'm optimizing the amount of time that I have control of Samus. So the in-game timer does not run during cutscenes. It doesn't run when I'm paused or during, you know, or when I open the map or stuff like that.
Or a text box.
So runners choose to do it this way because it makes the run more dynamic and more interesting. The route that optimizes RTA just skips more elevators, and it's less fun. And so as a result, there's a number of tricks that I'm going to be doing that are minor RTA time losses, and I will be doing them in this run.
Yeah.
Minor RTA time losses in favor of in-game time. So I'll mention them when they come up. There's only a few spots, and it's not a big difference, but it does exist, and it saves a bit of time in the long run for runners.
And you may have noticed a little earlier, Cody actually opened up the map screen, which you think would lose time, but oddly enough, that actually makes that room load a little bit faster. I don't know why it does it.
Yeah, no one. I don't think anyone. Maybe someone has figured it out by now, but for some reason, that one particular room, it's loading. I believe it's loading like every single adjacent room, and opening the map it saves both RTA and in-game time. More in-game time than RTA, actually.
We don't understand how it works, but it saves time, it works, we use it. And here we're picking up the charge beam, technically not required item by like low % standards, beating the game with as few items as possible, but it just saves so much time compared to how much time it takes to get it that we get it and we use it a lot. So, especially for combat in this game.
Oops.
Yeah, and then coming up, Cody is going to do some movement through standable spots.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, this game has a lot of standable spots because there's an algorithm.
Yeah, so the algorithm they used for determining whether a spot should be standable or not, I guess it was quite lenient. So consistently throughout the entire game, just like regular basic movement, like my scan dashing that I'm doing the whole way through. The whole way through, I'm basically going to be using many standable spots that are not intended, but do exist, and I will be using them to skip various items and save time, of course.
Of course, and here we're coming up to another boss fight here. This is called the Incinerator Drone, but in the Prime speedrunning community, we call him Zoid, named after David Zoid Kirsch, an awesome guy, by the way. He's pretty cool.
We love Zoid. Everyone loves Zoid.
Yes, so in this fight, this is where some RNG comes into play in the run, because this fight has 4 phases where he pops his weak spot out. So the first one has 5 seconds of variance, and then the remaining 3 phases have up to 10 seconds of variance. So between the fastest possible Zoid fight and the slowest, there's 35 possible seconds.
Technically, yes.
Yeah, technically. So we'll see how we favor here. And usually a good Zoid fight we define as if you listen to the music at the end, if the music doesn't loop yet, then it's a good Zoid. If it's started to loop, then it's a bad Zoid. So we'll see how the marathon lock plays out here.
If there's any donations now would be a good time. Just fighting the boss, really.
Absolutely. Great boss fight right here. I want to give a big thank you and shout out to Games Done Quick for that raid on Fastest Furs at FWA.
Woo!
Let's get some hype emotes in the chat and some applause in the live audience for all of our new viewers.
Hype!
Fastest Furs Live at FWA is raising money for charity today. This is for the Anwell Park at the Conservator Center. Anwell Park is a non-profit, independent zoological park located in Burlington, North Carolina. Its mission is to educate people, care for animals, and advocate for species. They have been in operation 24 years supporting wildlife education and conservation. To learn more about their mission and programs, please visit www.annualparknc.org.
Yes.
And if you just hit that exclamation donate in the chat, that will take you directly to the site.
All right, so that was the Zoid fight. Pretty average to slightly bad Zoid, but we have the Morph Ball Bombs now. These are another extremely important item, just for general progression, or also doing tricks like bomb jumps, which we will see in the run as well. And earlier on, you may have noticed that Cody actually shot a missile door at one of these previous rooms here, known as Gathering Hall. He's actually going down to, after picking up this missile here, he's going to go down to save.
Correct.
There are actually a couple reasons why we shoot out that missile door in this.
Yeah, I'll explain later in the run, because I will be coming back to this point later on. I'll explain why I need to shoot the missile lock. It doesn't really matter in this case, because I have to come in here to save anyway. Did I save? I'm gonna double do it.
Might as well, right?
Yeah.
Paranoid.
It's very important that I save here. But anyway, I'm coming back to this point later, so I will explain why it's necessary I shoot the missile lock up that door later.
Yeah,
it's,
and then
it's more of a visual thing. It's better, you know, shown than explained.
Yeah, the reason for that safety save is there's a one-shot trick named after Nick Wilde's mysterious brother. Named it's called Earl E. Wild.
Correct.
So, you know. I mean, we're furries. We know Zootopia exists, so.
So I'm gonna jump over this gate. Skip the puzzle. That's one of the. Okay, so I'm going to explain. The version I'm playing on is actually, it's called 0-00 version. It was obviously the very first version of this game released. There's an extremely rare 0-01 released in Korea, I believe. And then there's also 0-02, which is very common. Most of you will have it if you have a copy at home. In 0-02, scan dashing is patched. And every other version after that, the Wii version, the remaster that recently came out, the remaster is based on the Wii version. But everything after that, most of the stuff is patched, like scan dashes. Scan dashes are cool, fast, so most people don't really tend to run those games, but there are people who do.
That's true, the strats are different. Oh yeah, by the way, say hello to Flagra. This boss is mostly a cutscene and very little gameplay. If you do this fight like perfectly, it's like maybe takes 11 seconds in-game time. So what you saw Cody do there, he's actually those bomb slots on Flagra, those are just a hitbox. They don't behave like other bomb slots. So you see him jump right next to him and lay a bomb that triggers this strange cutscene of Flagra slashing at an invisible Samus. But it's fast, so we do it. Don't need to hit the mirrors or anything.
I can just do an underwater slope jump and just get out of that. Underwater slope jumps in this game are actually insane. Like, you'll see later on, I have to use them later on, but they just gain intense amounts of height. And for that reason, I'm just able to jump out of the water straight up, luckily. Otherwise, I would lose a lot of time right there.
Exactly. As much as we like how the gravity suit looks like in the game, at least I do anyways, we don't need it in this run. So then after this boss is defeated, we have another long cutscene, and then followed by another long cutscene when we actually pick up the Various suit. So this is a perfect time to read off a couple donations. I would like.
Love to do that, thank you. We do have a donation from Marlo, donating $15.86. Cheering you on from home, Cody. Can't wait to see all the Pog moments. Barkies.
Thank you so much. And then another cutscene as he picks up the Various suit here. It's a very amazing suit, you know. We need it for the run, for Magmore Caverns.
Shoutouts to Marlo. Me and my homies all love Marlo.
Is there any explanation for the donation amount?
Probably, I think.
$15.86.
Well, we're from Canada, so I'm assuming it's about $20 US.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
we are.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Thank you.
I'm from British Columbia. He's from Alberta. Yeah, same
gotcha.
general area.
Thank you for that.
That's my guess, at least.
Who knows?
All right, we have the Varia suit.
We have the Various suit. Yes, that's right. And then then Cody is going to attempt Earl E. Wild, coming up right here. Again,
Ooh, that was clean.
Nick Wilde's
kind of.
brother. And he's going to get a little bit of health here, so we're going to give Cody a little bit of quiet time.
Yeah, correct.
This trick is difficult, so good luck, Cody. You got this.
Darn. There we go.
Whoa, beautiful. Let's go.
Let's go.
So the way that trick works, by the way, is he gets stuck in that corner there, which slows his rate of descent as a morph ball, and then he uses the enemy down there to prop himself back up, and then he can lay bombs. So it's kind of like the infinite bomb jump of, say, other Metroid games like Super Metroid, Zero Mission, and so on.
Yeah, it's important to note that bomb jump that I just did, there is no backup. If I fail that, then it's about 20 minutes worth of backtrack that I have to do. So if I do that, then I have to reset. That's just that. That's the whole reason why I have to save earlier. Obviously, in a real run, I would not save. If I just failed that, I would reset. But this is a marathon. I don't have the time for that, unfortunately.
That's true, and then the reason why he has to fall down that room and then come back up is because to trigger this ghost fight here, which spawns the artifact of wild. So here he's fighting the Chozo Ghosts, and there's a good way to do it. You basically can get them in a stun lock like you see here. It's actually quite tight to do, so it's he's doing quite well here for sure. And they are a little bit random as well, so.
Yeah, they're also very annoying.
Yes.
Nobody likes these guys.
No, no one does. I don't, you don't.
Oops. These guys are much more fun on 100% route because you come back with super missiles and all it takes to kill them is one super and one charge beam shot.
Yeah, that's right.
Oops.
Yeah,
I'm in the water.
Yeah, you're actually supposed to have the spider ball and super missiles to get this, but no, we can get it now. It's faster to get it now.
Oh, I wasn't in the water. Oh well.
Eventually got there though, but so here's our first Chozo artifact. We need 12 of these to beat the game and unlock the final area, the impact crater. So these are currently not skippable as far as we know, so maybe down the line someone will find a way to skip all of them, but we'll see. Only time will tell. So that's the first one, and then with that collected, we're done with this first trip to Chozo Ruins. We have many of the items that we need for most of the run. Most of it is going to come down to other items such as beams. We'll need those to open doors, and then also another suit upgrade later on as well. A couple other things, but this is like the kind of basic toolkit. So upcoming next is Cody's going down to Magmore Caverns. Of course, this is what he needs the various suit for. In other like kind of routes, there were ways to get like multiple energy tanks to do various Magmor runs where you would take heat damage, because the Ferrous suit protects you against the heat damage.
I'm a bit low on health actually because of the early WoW that I did was pretty sloppy. I took more damage than I usually do, but I should be fine. I can break some crates or something and get some more health.
Yeah, just stay safe there, Cody. Yeah. Yeah, so this
oh my god. Okay, I'll just farm some health off these guys.
Yeah, so that pillar there, you're supposed to have super missiles to get it? Question mark.
Okay.
Though you can just break it with just 2 missiles and that'll work just fine. So that's our second Chozo artifact.
Fun fact, if you kill these guys, if you shoot them and you're in the like blow up proximity, it does more damage than just straight up face planting yourself into its body, which is interesting. It does more damage to shoot it than it does to just walk into it.
Yeah, good choice jumping over that instead of going down below.
Yeah.
Because we have space jump, we can do that. So
yeah, I would normally roll through, but I'm very low on health. I can kill these crates and get some. No
okay,
health.
it's a bit.
Yeah.
So
no health, unfortunate.
not
really.
much. Yeah, so he needs the okay.
It's okay.
He needs the health for an upcoming room called a monitor station, which there are these turrets that like to fire a lot. So
I should be fine. Oh, maybe I won't be. I'll be extra safe because
yeah, maybe kill a turret or 2. Yeah.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah, so he's doing like jumping on some standable spots here.
So this strategy I'm doing is literally like a grandma strat, but again, early game is Oh god. Early game can be sketchy because of the lack of health. Usually it's not, but today it is. That's better. Okay.
There you go.
We're home free.
Yeah, so by the way, this energy tank is technically not required to get, but we get it anyway. It's pretty fast to get. It only takes like 7 seconds. And Cody always likes to get it. I always like to get it. So lots of runners like to get it. It's extra marathon safety as well as safety for races. It's the best extra energy tank to grab. So coming up next, we have Fendrunner Drifts, a very beautiful area in the game. Also, you'll notice coming up that another mention, because we mentioned the game, we focus on in-game time for this, sometimes sacrificing real time. There's this cutscene here which moves Samus forwards, and it basically saves 1 in-game time second.
Correct. I'm going to wait until this platform hits the left side of the screen, and then I can skip the cutscene, and that maximizes in-game time save and also RTA loss, or minimizes loss rather.
That's true. So we're here in Fendrunner for a couple reasons. Well, we're going to go grab this very useful item for going fast, the boost ball. So we'll use it in a lot of rooms once we get it, but it will basically increase the speed of the morph ball tremendously. Think that if you're familiar with other Metroid games, think the speed booster, but in morph ball form. Really useful item here.
Yeah, I'm not really here for boost ball. I just like it because it kind of reminds me of home. I'm just kidding. I hate the snow. Terrible.
Yeah, it can be pretty bad, you know, but yeah.
Am I gonna get it? No way.
Oh,
literally no way. Okay. Oh well. It's all part of the process.
He shoots, he scores, right?
Yeah. I failed the dash, so the cycle is off, so I just have to jump. It's a bit slower, but not too bad.
Yeah, there we go. That was our boost ball. So I think this may be a good time to do there's just some bit of movement here, so it might not be a bad time for a donation or two.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. Fantastic job, Cody. You're doing great. We got a donation from Moonblaze Wolf, $18 saying, "Good luck with the run, Cody, and thanks everyone for an amazing day 1." We also have an anonymous donor donating $10 saying, "GDQ love."
Yeah, then with that, you can see just how much faster the boost ball is right here. And it shows to Blaze, he's awesome. So,
all right. I want all you viewers at home, watch it very carefully, okay? I'm boosting off the platform. I'm back on it. Love this game.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It's an awesome game.
Fun fact about this cutscene, Ridley's model, the haziness in the background has nothing to do with Ridley's model. So Ridley's model is literally just blue. And it just looks like that because the camera pans up kind of late.
Yeah, so here we have another out of bounds that Cody's doing right here. This is a wall crawl, as we call it, another term that we use for out of bounds in the Prime games. This one we refer to as Wave Sun. So you see him shoot the door to force load the room, and then he dumps the previous room. Because if you load too many rooms at once in this game, the game will crash. You don't want to do that. Not a good idea.
Yeah, usually it's just done naturally by hitting the load trigger of the next room, but for some reason, in a lot of places in Fendrunner, there's just random, like, invisible ceilings above the rooms. Yeah. And the load trigger is not easily accessible unless you're tasked. So I have to manually dump the room. I have to secretize it, as they say, and then I can load the next room without crashing.
Yeah, secretizing means basically loading it so that the collision is there. So here you see Cody actually did a manipulation of the mini-map, and what that does is that changes the collision in this room so that it can get back in bounds because it makes the ceiling collision a little bit weaker at that particular spot.
Correct.
And so here we're going to do a fun trick.
So for those of you who are watching, the game thinks I'm in this room, but I'm actually not because I went out of bounds. This is the whole point of going out of bounds. So So what I'm doing here is, because the game thinks I'm in the incorrect room, it allows for basically the collision works a little bit differently. And so what I'm kind of doing here is I'm stuck in the wall right now. I'm holding straight left, and the game is just increasing my rotational velocity exponentially. It's going to climb until it reaches a number that it can't process. I believe it's the 32-bit integer.
Something like that. So we
Yeah.
call this a glitch infinite speed because eventually the speed grows so fast that the game can no longer calculate it, and the speed becomes not a number, or nan as we call it. When you have a rotational velocity of nan, weird things happen when you boost in this state. So we'll just wait a little bit here, and then the morph ball will. Something will change to it.
Yeah, this glitch is huge. This is like one of the most important ones besides the out of bounds. This takes 50 seconds to do, but it's still faster than inbounds.
And there we go, orb.
All right, watch. Say hi to Samus too for us.
Oh yeah, by the way, the SAX makes her cameo in this room. Beautiful, beautifully done. So what that did is that when you boost in the IS state there,
That was clean.
it basically treats you as being everywhere all at once. So you basically, Cody picked up both the wave beam and then the artifact of sun, which is behind that morph ball tunnel there, which
Darn.
you need plasma beam for.
Dude, I'm so hyped. That was so sick.
Yeah, that was amazing. So that saves a lot of time. It's really good. So it means he doesn't have to go back to this part of Fender and drifts throughout the entire run, basically. So from this point on, now that we have the wave beam, well, we're gonna do some more things. It's gonna unlock additional things for us, especially back in the Chozo Ruins. So we were there before for our major items, and now we're gonna go back for some other items, which now we can unlock with the wave beam.
One of the things I wanted to talk about is the remaster that recently came out. So this is kind of dorky to say, but like this game is kind of my thing. Like whenever we have company over and they're interested. Sick. No, not sick.
Oh no!
Okay, anyways, whenever we have company over, sometimes if they're interested, I'll show them the game. And one of the things I like to say to people is, if you have played the game yourself, then you're going to have a much stronger appreciation for just how insane this game is. And I was happy because the remaster recently came out, and lots of people are going to be familiar with how the gameplay is. So, like, basically I'm just trying to say that, like, the movement in this game, as far as the speedrun is concerned, it's insane. Like, it's just crazy how fast this game plays.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun. And there's another Chozo artifact, by the way. We might as well get it now. It's on the way-ish. This is the third of 12. So now we're going to make our way back, basically back to Chozo Ruins here, though through a different path. This one, of course, being a bit faster now that we have Boost Ball.
Alright, this room is really cool if I can pull it off. Let's see if I can get it really fast.
After a little lava bath, of course.
No! Okay, whatever. Whatever. Oh my god, I'm stuck. Unlucky. Whatever.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, so speaking of lava baths, well, it's faster to go through the lava in this room than to go all the way around that warp ball track there. Takes some damage, but it's fine. We have enough health.
Yeah. I'm going to be saving pretty soon coming up, and saving obviously restores my health to full, so health loss is not really a concern at this point in the game. After getting the second energy tank, it's pretty hard to die. Like, obviously it can happen. It's happened to me before on the final boss even. You have so much health there, but it's pretty hard to do. I might pick up an extra tank along the way just to make sure.
And I want to add as well, with Boost Ball, there's another thing you can do, especially like in that little area. Cody unfortunately didn't get it, but it's referred to as a wall boost. You might see him go for additional ones throughout the run. Basically, if you Boost Ball against a wall, you actually get like propped up, shot up in the air a little bit. So that's useful in not needing to lay a bomb.
I love that dash. It looks so cool.
Yeah, it's so
Dude.
good. There's a lot of swag in this game for sure.
Yeah, it's like probably the #1 reason why I love it so much. It just looks so cool. There's so many things
flashy.
you can do. The two games I played the most as like a speedrun was this game, obviously, and I used to play Monkey Ball 2, like Super Monkey Ball 2. That game is also like crazy. Maybe one day I'll get more practice and submit it to one of these marathons. I would love to do that.
Oh yeah, so there was like a little kind of wall boost right there.
Yeah, that's the easiest wall boost in the game.
Yeah, it's a fun one, and so we're going back to this room where the Morph Ball was originally, Ruined Shrine, I believe it's called, and we're going to go up to that wave beam door up there, the purple door. So there are actually lots of ways to get to this. Cody's using just that particular way, a bunch of standable spots and a dash. So what's up here is there's another Chozo artifact, the Artifact of Life Giver.
Yeah, so here is what I was talking about, the underwater slope jumps. They're bonkers. You can just push yourself against the wall there, just go straight up, not even need a gravity suit.
Yeah,
it
no
can be
need.
done on every single version of the game too.
Yeah, gravity suit doesn't get any love in this. Sad, but anyways. So off we go to the next things. There's a cool bit of movement that Cody can go for here. We call it the hole-in-one. We'll see if he gets it.
Probably not, but we'll see. Oh, I hit the branch. I was gonna actually get it.
Close though.
It saves like maybe like a second or half a second, but it looks so dope.
Yeah, it looks amazing. So, of course, it did just some more of this movement as well. So at this point in the game, there's going to be another infinite speed trick. I believe this is the second one of the run and the final one of the run as well. So it's the same kind of one as before, though we use this to basically get a power bomb early. So there are actually two different types of sources of power bombs in this game. There's the main power bomb in Phase on Mines, which we do eventually get, but this one is faster and we can make use of it early. Though this one only gives us one, it's still one more than none, so we get it and it saves time. So we'll just get another infinite speed here. Probably good time for a donation. So just waiting for 50 seconds.
Yeah, fantastic. So we have a donation from Tico Wico. This is all caps, and you know it's 11:30 here tonight, but we're gonna go all caps. I love you, Cody. You're killing it. Love Tico and Story. $10 donation. We also have an additional $15 from Anonymous saying shout-outs to Cody. Smiley face. And one last donation I want to sneak in here before we take off. $10 from Anonymous, part of Fastest Furs since its inception, proud to be in person for its first in-person event.
Okay, so anytime now we should see
So the route that I'm doing in this run, when I used to run this game consistently, this was the fastest and also the easiest route. It is no longer the fastest or the easiest, but it's the one that I know.
Yeah.
The new route goes out of bounds straight at the beginning of the game. It uses some... It's debatable whether you think it's cringe or not. It wastes a lot of RTA, but saves a lot of in-game time. But basically, you use pause buffering. Oops. And it's really complicated. I won't get into it, but it allows you to get that power bomb much earlier in the game.
Oh yeah, and by the way, when you're in the infinite speed state, that was what we call light show right there. So if you unmorph, you're basically blinded. So, but the way that particular room works is it resets the camera so that now Cody can not use the infinite speed state anymore. So when he boosts, he doesn't hit everything in the room and potentially cause a crash.
Yeah.
So this save room.
If you remember, there was a save spot right here. I should be able to get through the door, right? Did I screw myself? Hopefully not. Where am I? I messed up. I should be able to get through here, because I can hear myself. What am I taking damage to?
I would like to know.
I'm turned around all the way. You can see how laggy the game is. Sorry, this was a mistake. I am supposed to roll all the way into the door before this happens.
Yeah, so basically the reason why we opened that save room earlier is because stepping into the save room, it actually cancels this light show so that we can go back to seeing again.
Dang, if I don't get through this door, I might have to go back into the practice mod and just warp myself here, because the last time I saved was before.
Before Early Wild, yeah, I think.
That'd be really unfortunate. Hopefully I don't have to do that.
Hopefully not
I was
as
distracted.
a last resort. Yeah. Yeah, you got this, Cody.
See, I'm right against the door, so I should just be able to go through.
Can you maybe bomb it, or?
I might be stuck. That's so unfortunate. Darn. Dang it, if I just bombed the door before I unmorphed. Yeah, I think I have to reset.
Yeah, you might
which
as well.
is very unfortunate.
Yeah.
I don't know how much time I lost.
Yeah, let's
That's
see.
embarrassing. I'm sorry, guys.
It's quite a bit, but yeah, we do have the practice mod just in case, so
Yeah.
this kind of thing. So
Yeah, it shows our runs. I'm
Yeah.
going to. I haven't saved in a while because 99.9% of the time it's not necessary. However, this time it is.
yeah, so we got a backup for the backups here. So let's hold that for you there. Yeah. Yeah, the run lives.
It will live. It will take a couple minutes though. I'm so sorry, guys. This is unforeseen circumstances at its finest.
Yeah, no worries. We're all good. I mean, this is better than restarting from his last save, so.
It should be this one. Dang it, dude. All I had to do was press A. That's all I had to do.
Yeah, right. Yeah, even the best of us, even the best of us do it sometimes. It's fine. Oh yeah, say hello to that. Have fun reading that.
Yeah, this is like the old version of the practice mod, so it's a bit funny, but whatever.
For those of you that are here live, let's get some applause for Cody experiencing a "that's never happened before" moment.
Yeah,
Correct.
that's never happened
And I
before.
want to see some hype in the chat online as well. Thank you.
Only in a marathon, right?
Only
All right,
in a marathon.
which room is the Artifact of Warrior in? What do you know what that one's called?
Artifact of Warrior.
Yeah.
Is it Artifact of Strength, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, that is Magmar Caverns, what it's called. It's close to Monitor Station.
I'll just go to Monitor Station. It'll work.
Yeah, that'll work. That won't.
Oh crap. Okay. What do I need? I had 2 energy tanks.
2 energy tanks, you had Wave.
Yes, I had wave. Oops. Wave. Bombs.
Wharf, you had Boost.
Oh. 1 power bomb.
Yeah, you had Boost Ball as well.
And Varia suit. And boost ball.
And Boost, yeah.
Hey, I guess this is a decent time to show off the practice mod.
Yeah, that is
nice.
a very useful tool for practicing this game, for sure, so. Of course, a useful resource for any of you who may want to be interested in running Metroid Prime at some point, so. Yeah, so this will just...
Yeah, I have to grab this artifact right now because I can't give it to myself using only the practice mod. And it's just this one and the other one that was in, what was it, Hall of the Elders? Or no?
what Tower Chamber? No, Tower of Light, Tower Chamber.
No, it's the one in Frandrana.
Oh, the Artifact of Sun, yeah.
Yeah.
In Chozo Ice
Frandrana,
Temple.
Correct.
Yeah.
Let's just teleport myself way up. Ooh, that'll work.
Oh yeah, that'll work for our purposes.
It's funny how interesting this game is with all of its stuff.
Okay, so this artifact, it wasn't explicitly mentioned in the text box, but we got it at the same time as the wave beam earlier.
Yes. What's the? It's Tower of Light, right?
Tower of Light has the artifact of Life Giver, yeah. Tower Chamber.
Tower Chamber.
As they kind of work through this, I'd like to let you know Fastest Furs Live at FWA23 will be raising money for FWA's chosen charity, Animal Park at the Conservator Center. Animal Park is home to over 70 animals representing many different species around the world. Sounds kind of like a furry con. The park believes that people are more likely to become invested in conservation and wildlife preservation for a species after meeting them and learning about their inherent value. To learn more about the park's animal ambassadors, please visit www.animalparknc.org/about/residents.
Okay, we're almost back on track, so we're just going to warp back to the to where the safety save would be. So Cody would save here anyways because there is an out of bounds coming up, a rather famous out of bounds in this game. We call it IBBF for ice beam before Flagra. Ironically, we're doing it after Flagra.
My stupid practice mod just broke.
Oh, okay.
That's so unlucky, bro. Oh my god.
Well, that's never happened before, right? Is that the line?
Man. Oops.
All right, we're getting there. We're getting there.
It's okay, just a couple more minutes. Maybe I'll just walk there from the tower chamber. So this is like the old version of the practice mod, the very first one, and I haven't bothered to update it. It can be unstable. Usually it's fine. Today it's not, I guess.
Yeah, even Nintendo can be unstable at times too. I've had Nintendo crashes when doing randomizer of this game, or echoes especially, so.
As we're booting up here, Team Fastest Furs wants you to know that all revenue from Twitch subscriptions and cheered bits received during this weekend's event will be donated to Animal Park. Please consider subscribing now to get our Fastest Furs emotes featuring the always adorable PB the cheetah. And don't forget to check to see if you have your free Twitch Prime gaming sub available too.
The funny part is I literally used to have a save for this exact spot, but I deleted it to make room for the file that I'm playing on right now.
Oh wow, really?
Which is pretty unlucky. I could have just used that, you know.
Murphy's Law right there.
Yeah, Murphy's Law. All right, let's do it one more time from the top. Talon Overworld we had... No, not Tower.
It was Magmar, right?
Chozo. Tower Chamber. As soon as we get back on track, this should be fine.
Yeah, we're just retracing our steps again here, so.
Let's warp to... What's that one called again?
Chozo Ice Temple.
Right.
Yeah, with the Artifact of Sun.
Dude, this is embarrassing. The Prime Discord is going to destroy me when I talk about this run later.
Yeah, right.
Oh well.
It happens. We all have our moments.
I'm just going to take a moment and give a shout out to some of our tech support friends. You know, Fastest Furs Live at FWA 2023 would not be possible without the technical support and knowledge sharing we received from our friends over at Midwest Speedfest. Make sure to give them a follow at twitch.tv/MidwestSpeedfest if you are watching right now so that you can check out their marathons and events in the future. If you live in the Minneapolis, Minnesota area, you can also attend many of their events in person. And as we are proving this weekend, there's nothing quite like an in-person speedrunning event.
Oh yeah, and Cody, you do want to give yourself the power bomb again.
Okay.
Yeah, I noticed that.
What room is that called? Isn't it called like? I don't even know. It's called Warrior Shrine. There.
Warrior
it is.
Shrine.
Right
Yeah,
at the
there
bottom
we go.
there.
Yeah.
Much quicker than just jumping through the room.
A good question. Why wasn't the artifact of Warrior in the Warrior Shrine? Why was it the artifact of Strength? The artifact of Warrior is another artifact.
All right. What's the? Here, let's see. Because Talon Overworld. Isn't it save station B? Oops, no.
Oh, do you mean Chozo?
Yeah.
Yeah, save station B, I think, is the one. Yeah.
I'm looking for save station 2.
Or 2, yeah. I'm thinking Echoes, because I know Echo in Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, they number the save rooms by like numbers as well as letters, so it's.
All right, and 1 power bomb.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's above Space Jump, below Spider Ball. Down a bit further.
There it is.
There you are, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, take that safety save. There you go.
Okay. We're finally through.
We're caught up. Let's go. Okay, so basically the next thing to look forward to here is Cody's going to do another out of bounds. So this one is called, I was mentioning before, Ice Beam before Flagra, although it's after Flagra. So we originally called it like IBBF for the acronym, but with this it's IBBF AF.
Right.
So
yeah. So anyways, back to where we were. Infinite speed, right?
yeah,
You're supposed to bomb the door and then open it. And so basically, all the viewers just got a reason exactly why you have to shoot the door. Because you cannot missile the door with light show, which is what I had after I mistakenly morphed too early.
That's right, and of course we used that save station earlier for that safety save before early wild as well, so. The main thing, yeah, you can't missile the door with a light show. As far as I know, it like makes your beam, like your arm cannon position be not a number as well, something like that anyways, where
Yeah.
yeah, it makes it impossible to really shoot anything well.
All right. Pretend the last like 10 minutes just didn't exist. Let's just forget about that and let's continue with the run.
Yeah, we're back to it. Yeah, so here Cody's going to jump out of bounds this little parapet up here, like that, and then he's just going to transition the rooms. There are lots of standable spots here.
Oops. Luckily, this room is actually quite forgiving.
Yeah, this is
I have to land right on the door. It's kind of hard because there's like collision that goes like 360 degrees all the way around.
Yeah, this is a lot. This may look like rather easy to do, but there's actually a lot that goes into it and a lot of practice. So it's very technical, this out of bounds that he's doing here.
Crap. This is fine. I can just jump out.
Yeah, you can just ether jump back up.
Yeah. So this is basically what I was doing in the very first out of bounds in the game, but you're not supposed to do this normally. But I fell, and I'm going to do it because I have to.
Yeah, that's right. So here Cody is, for those of you who missed it, Cody is every room's inside of a box, within the box normal physics. Outside the box as well, you can float in this stuff called ether. And Cody is currently at the boundary of this box, like specifically the corner. Don't think I mentioned this earlier, but in Metroid Prime specifically with its out of bounds, if you fall out of the ether but if you don't jump, if you don't hit the window, you basically lose control of Samus's momentum and you fall all the way to the bottom. But being at the corner prevents that, you just fall back into the ether again. So for that reason, like I like the out of bounds and echoes because it's like even if you miss an ether jump, you can still control Samus's momentum and direction. So it's a little bit of echoes there. So the Prime games, they have some similarities as far as their speed tech, but there are also some differences as well. So there are other examples of that used in this run too. Infinite speed is one of them. There's another later on. We'll mention that when it comes up.
Ooh. Nah, dang. Unlucky.
Recoverable though, so
Yeah.
give it up for Cody, guys.
Thank God I'm playing the original version of the game. If this was the remaster, I would be destroyed. Because In the remaster, the ether that I've been walking through just doesn't exist. You just fall and die, like most games, like how games should realistically, right? But
yeah, so here, so right here on this door, Cody, the room's collision is loaded, so it was just using that. And then he's just transitioning the rooms over, and what this skips like a lot of stuff, couple rooms, even a Chozo Ghost fight, at least for right now.
I have to be careful here because if I go too far, then I trigger the ghost like I just did. But it's okay. I have one shot, and if I mess it up, then I have to do a backup. But I can make it out.
Yeah. So here, he jumps up to the door, and then the room just loads around him, and there we go. That's IBBF.
Yeah, that's probably the second hardest. Well, I do 3 out of bounds in this. That's probably like the halfway.
Oh yeah, and we got a cool beam in here. Say hello to Ice Beam. It's an ice beam.
Yeah, I'm gonna save about 3 or 2/3 of a second by holding down on the C stick. The only drawback is I have to watch the cutscene there. Oops.
Yeah, again, an optimization for in-game time.
Yeah, correct.
Even if you sacrifice a bit of real time. Yeah, so Ice Beam is actually is a beam that's really slow, but it's really powerful, especially if you freeze things and then missile them. We do that sometimes. It's good. So now what we're going to do, now that we have the Ice Beam as well as the Power Bombs from our second visit to Chozo Ruins, we're almost done with Chozo Ruins. We'll see it like one more time later, but we have most of the things we need. We're actually going to go grab a required item, and you think this may not be required because, oh, it just allows you to see things. It's X-ray visor, but you need it to damage a boss further on in the Phazon Mines called the Omega Pirate, and he has the Phazon suit, and you need that to beat the game. So we have to get this X-ray visor over here. Oh yeah, also, this is everyone's favorite room in the game.
I hate this room in the game.
Yes, so do I. So this room is called Life Grove Tunnel, and what happens with this room sometimes is this half pipe is finicky and you can get stuck on it. Didn't happen there. Like, your momentum can just like suddenly die in the middle of that half pipe, but here's the X-ray visor.
Yeah, everyone seems to do it a little bit differently. They just find a way that works for them, but it doesn't really matter because the collision, for whatever reason, it's technically consistent. Like, if you do the same inputs on the same frame with the exact same position, then it's consistent, but it's not, you know, predictable. Even if you have the same thing, do it every single time, then sometimes it will still destroy you. I mean, you basically have no say.
Pretty much, you could say it's almost RNG, practically RNG.
It's like a task will be able to do it perfectly every single time, but that's about it.
Yeah, this is the other reason why we're over in this room, is this Chozo artifact here, which is under the water. It is possible to activate that spitter without Boost Ball, but it's weird. Another reason why we get Boost Ball in this.
Yeah. So in 21%, you don't even bother with Boost Ball. It obviously saves a lot of time, but 21% being the low percent of this game, obviously meaning to use glitches and tricks to skip as many items as physically possible. See, I'm getting destroyed right now.
Yeah, and then you saw Cody jump on that spire of rock, and then he did what's called basically an R jump to get back up. So L and R are kind of really useful items, or not items, but rather buttons on the controller in this game, because L is basically what you use to accelerate when you're speedrunning this, and R locks your momentum and locks your speed. So combining the two of them, you can actually gain speed while in a jump. Although the caveat of this is you do lose control of Samus, at least partially during the jump when you start holding the R button. There's a similar jump known as the L jump where you don't use R instead. So here we're just going back and gonna go for the wall boost here, Cody.
Nah, I hit the save station. It doesn't work if you do that.
Yeah, always worth it going for, right?
Yeah, it saves a second and it's like 1,000 times cooler.
Yes. Yeah, it may not save much time, but for the cool points, yeah, might as well go for it just in case you get it, right? So yeah, we're headed back to Talon Overworld now through this path. There's also the Frigate Crash Site coming up. the frigate has really nice music in this game. It's really beautiful, but we don't need to go there at all. It's really slow. We don't get gravity suit. We can just skip it entirely.
Let's see if I can get this cool dash.
Yeah, let's see if Cody can pull this off. It's pretty awesome.
Oops. This might work anyway. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, so cool thing about that dash too is at the end of it, Cody did what's called a bunny hop, which is where you jump holding R and then you can actually preserve that speed as you jump across the ground, and combined with L, you can even gain a bit of speed too. It's really fun. The movement in this game is really cool. So here we're also doing a ship save, which also...
Yeah, so I'm supposed to save here. That spot that I messed up earlier, obviously, that's a save station, it's free. You have to use it anyway to get through the game. I would have saved there, obviously I couldn't this time. Additionally, that save that I just took, it's about halfway through the game. In this case, more than half, because I spent so much time having to redo my file, but that's the way it goes.
Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, so yeah, we call this the ship save, so this is like usually what runners of this game do to practice like the back half of the game, more or less. But yeah, the back half of this game gets pretty tough. If you thought the phase on mines casually was difficult, well, it's just as, if not more brutal in a speedrun.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. This is kind of the point in the game, not so much now, but especially when I get into phase on mines. The game expects me to have spider ball and, you know, all of the visors and all of the items, but lots of the stuff I don't get because it's not needed and it's slow. Let's see if I can get this.
Oh yeah.
Oops, no, I can just R-jump, it's fine.
R-jump here, yeah. There we go, nice and clean. Yeah, so now our next item on the list is the plasma beam, a very good beam, highest DPS, damage per second beam in the game, basically. And we use it a lot. It's a good beam. It's like, pretty much, if you play this game casually, like, probably your favorite beam will be the plasma beam. It's just that good.
Yeah, I still love the plasma beam. It's goated, as they say.
Exactly, goat. It's the goat. It's a goat.
I have to use all the spinners in this room. There's a way to skip them, but it's pretty technical, and I don't normally do it. It doesn't really save that much time because the spinners are already so quick.
Yeah, of course. And there's definitely some tricks to skip needing, like, normally you would need like grapple beam, but you can use standable spots and like L jumps to get up here.
You're gonna notice there's tons all the way around the room, 360 degrees. There's lots of spider tracks. This takes forever. I don't even have a spider ball in the first place, so I'm just gonna be cool and ignore it.
Yeah, we're just gonna, you know.
I missed the cool jump, but there's a backup. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, this is a
just jump onto this thing.
Pretty easy jump right here. So easy
yeah,
backup.
If you fall there, it's like 30 seconds easy.
Yeah, good recovery there, Cody. And that's the plasma beam. So of course, plasma beam allows us to open these red doors, and we do need it.
Right there, I like to jump and then dash while midair, so that my dash will give me momentum straight down. Saves a little bit of time there. It's a minor optimization, but it does help.
Yeah, increases the fall speed.
All right, I'm gonna dash onto a really stand-up spot. Ooh, and I made it. Let's go.
Oh, very nice. Let's go.
Minor time save. Saves like maybe 5-ish seconds.
But
maybe.
It looks cool, so
it does look very cool.
We do it. So now we're going off to, this is going off to the back half of Fendrana Drifts, which is the area, I refer to it as like Fendrana's Depths, Fendrana's Edge, the place where you get the gravity suit. It's got some pretty cool music too, but we are not here for the gravity suit, we're actually here for something else. We're here for a Chozo artifact. And we have a power bomb, we need a power bomb and plasma beam to get it. And we're also going to take another detour into the pirate base soon enough as well.
Snipe that thing, save a little bit of time.
And hey, it looks cool.
Yep.
I think that's the theme. Saves
Exactly.
a little bit of time, but looks super cool.
Yeah, it saves. There's so many things in this game that save like less than a second even, but it just looks so much cooler than like, you know, the other way to do it.
Very
Or
clean.
especially like just vanilla gameplay.
Yeah, very clean dash through that room as well. One thing about dashes too is they can actually be bent forward and backward to optimize your movement through the room.
so
That's
close.
just that much more. So here we'll use some more standable spots because this game is full of them. Thanks to that algorithm and the collision we talked about earlier.
Ooh. I need to practice this. There's a way to do it.
Yeah.
But just by going over here, but it's slower,
Yeah. It's slower, but it's easier, so.
much easier. I'm going to charge up a shot and shoot this wall so that it shoots the door behind it.
Yeah, because the shot actually extends behind the door, or extends behind the broken wall, and that's another Tozo artifact now. We're getting a few of those.
Oops.
And with
I
that,
need this after.
yeah, and then with that, what we're going to do now is not going to bother with Gravity Suit. That's going to stay there. We're going to go directly to the Pirate Labs in Fendrana in reverse. So it's a little bit strange when you go through in reverse because we have to get this pirate. I believe we heard his name is Edward.
Correct. I love Edward. Everyone loves Edward.
Yeah, Edward's a great pirate. He's cool. He breaks glass for us so we can go through the pirate base backwards. And we need to do this for a single Chozo artifact, so there you go. Don't need the supers, just gotta get it. And we also get this thermal visor along the way. It's not technically required for the game. You can beat the game just fine without it, even under normal, like, casual circumstances.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a ton of standable spots here to climb this room super fast. It looks pretty cool.
For sure. But we do end up getting the thermal visor anyway because
Whoa,
it helps.
what?
Whoa, what?
Did anyone else see that? That was
I saw that. Well, that's never happened before.
oh my god.
Only in the marathon.
We love to see it.
Yes.
More standable spots as per usual.
Oh, yeah, and Edward broke the glass.
Yeah. So, for some reason... Whoa, okay. The pirate just... Dude, I'm getting destroyed right now. The pirates are completely messing up my movement. Hold on. This is... Okay, jump, jump. That shouldn't be hard. What was that?
Oh, and Edward dropped a power bomb too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Edward is very generous.
Yes.
That was weird.
We love
Anyway,
Edward.
I need a power bomb drop before I leave the Pirate Labs. I need a power bomb drop later on because I only have one and I used it just now for the earlier artifact. It's really easy to get one here. There's the chance of not getting one is very, very slim, but it does happen, and if it happens, you lose a lot of time.
Yeah, that's right. Only having one power bomb is not great. Well, we need them, so.
Yeah, and I got lucky because Edward is like one of the first checks, and he gave it to me, so I don't have to spend any time farming in this room.
Exactly. Gotta love going fast.
I'm going to aim right there and then shoot right about there, just to skip. Wow, I'm dumb.
Looks like it missed.
You're supposed to use Plasma Beam, and I have Plasma Beam, but it's slow. There we
This
go.
is much faster. This actually also works. This trick also works on the remastered Prime. You can literally do this same thing. Well, actually, a lot of the standable spot tricks still work in the game. So, in the remastered version.
Correct. Whoa, that was insane.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah. There's not much going on until Thermal Visor, so if there's any more donations, now would be a good time.
Perfect time. A prime time, you could say.
Prime time. I like it. We need to get you behind the host mic. We have a donation from Lesness, $10 with a "Let's Go Cody" extra wise at the end. Thank you for that donation, Lesness.
Shoutouts to my boy Lesness. We love him.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Just a quick update on the Fastest Furs, so you know the Team Fastest Furs YouTube page contains a playlist from each of our 8 previous marathons. Get subscribed now by using the command !YouTube in chat and following the link.
I'm just... Oh my god, I'm face-hugging him.
I mean, Metroid is loosely based off Alien, so face huggers
Yes.
kind of makes sense. Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna try. Ooh, not lucky.
Yeah, so
There's a
here-
way to grab this thing while falling, and it saves a little bit of time. It looks pretty cool, but I did not get it. I need to practice it. I'm not very good at it right now.
Yeah, so here we are, just grabbing the thermal visor here, and when you do grab this, the whole base goes dark, but we're like right at the end of it, and we don't need to do anything, so we can just head on to the next thing.
Wow, I got a frame perfect pause by mistake.
Oh, nice. Fly-by skip later.
Maybe. It's happened before.
I mean, we'll see what happens. Another subtle thing that happened during that cutscene is Cody actually switched to the ice beam during the cutscene. Saves a little bit of in-game time.
Saves. Well, it just saves time, period. 'Cause
Yeah.
the animation for switching your beam, it just plays during the cutscene. Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah,
Whoa.
this is a room.
I'm gonna wait for those guys to heck off, because otherwise they're gonna knock me away.
Yeah, so those guys are called flicker bats, and they have a huge amount of knockback. And this room's a fun room, vertical, and then you can get knocked down to the bottom very easily and lose a lot of time. Thankfully, Cody didn't get knocked down too far there, and you see Cody's actually picked up a couple additional energy tanks there. Always helpful before going into phase-on mines, which is kind of the next major thing going on.
All right, I'm gonna take a safety save here. I don't think there's not really any need for it, but it's just safe, of course. I'm gonna do a really funny strat though. I'm going to missile the door and then shoot and then walk backwards. It kind of looks funny. It saves some time. I don't have to turn around for this door.
Yeah, that's right. So much fun. You can like literally ping pong shots off of those doors. And so now Cody's headed into the phase-on mines entrance. So this is why he needed the power bomb. It is actually possible to, if you didn't get a power bomb before, it is possible to farm off of those Triclops enemies in the room. We call them Jack and Jill, I believe. And sometimes they can drop one, but it's definitely not ideal. But thankfully, we don't have to do that here.
Yeah, and luckily the guy who's behind the rebel, he has a 100% chance to drop one, and I need one coming up in like 30 seconds, so it's pretty handy.
Exactly. So here we are over in phase-on mines, and this is where the game gets quite a bit more difficult,
Oops.
speedrun-wise or casual-wise. So here he's going to go through the phase-on.
Yeah,
So,
it saves time.
Yeah, it saves time, although one thing to note about phase-on damage is it works different from other damage in the game. Phase-on damage is exponential, so it starts off really at a low rate at first, but then it becomes extremely deadly later on the longer you stay in it.
All right, this strat right here is really cool. You're gonna see, this guy is really funny.
Yeah, so how do I put this? Well, you cannot just jump on standable spots in the game, but you can stand on enemies too. And so that basically skips that entire room there. And then we had that ice trooper there, that white pirate, and he didn't even notice us because he's triggered by defeating that elite pirate down there.
Alright, I'm gonna boost across this floor. Again, boost ball in this game is pretty fast. It's like, boost ball is basically the fastest way of travel. But we don't really do it everywhere because there's obviously places where it's not ideal. Because you need to shoot doors and whatever.
Oh yeah, and this guy right here, we have to kill him, and rapid fire missiles, and plus he has a thin cone of sight in front of him, and he just pivots to try and locate where you are, but in that time you can just do the rapid fire missile trick, and then he dies really fast. No sweat whatsoever. Oh yeah, and this drone, you're normally not supposed to have an X-ray visor when you fight this guy, but he's pretty free. And then over here, this is the main power bomb here, and then this maze that spawns here is random.
Right.
So
yeah, so it chooses from a selection of like 300 mazes. Some are better, some are worse. It looks like this one is like, I don't know.
It looks like you've definitely gone to a couple of the corners so far.
Yeah, it's a good way to kind of tell just how good it is just to look at how many corners you had to go to. That was a pretty good maze.
Yeah, it was decent. Could have been better, but could have been a lot worse. And with that, the main power bomb is different from the power bomb expansions because the main power bomb instead gives us 4 to our capacity, which is much better. So, of course, we're gonna farm up some more power bombs here because we are going to need them.
These crates always drop enough power bombs forever.
And coming up ahead, we have this little hallway where you can just simply deactivate the turrets and not have to worry about them. And then this room has a lot of speed tech going on. This is called MQA, or Metroid Quarantine A, but we just abbreviate it to MQA because we're speedrunners. We like to say things fast too.
Yeah. If I'm good, then I can freeze one of the Metroids here and dash off of it, save a little bit of time, but if not, then there is a backup. I forgot to use my ice beam, so... Oh, I can just... Yeah. Okay, I'll just dash off of this thing here.
So this room involves a lot of dashes to do it very quickly here. And even this little slope jump to get onto that bar up above.
Unlucky.
Oof, yeah, and there we see the power of the just ice beam and missiling things.
I'll take that power bomb though, it's nice.
Oh, very nice.
Oh my goodness.
You got this, Cody.
Alright, maybe if I can manipulate... Ooh, perfect.
Nice.
Alright.
Okay, so that dash there skips needing Spider Ball for that room. And of course we need Plasma Beam there, so this is just an elevator here and there's some standard movement, so it might not be a bad time for more donations or the like.
We don't have any new donations, but I would like to say that when making a donation, patrons, don't forget to assign funds to an incentive or bid war. This option will be visible when filing your donation and helps make the marathon the best it can be. You see a list of all incentives and bid wars for the entire marathon, as well as their current status. You can also use the command !incentives in chat.
Oh, what the heck was that?
That was bad luck is what it was. It was because I was a bit slow. It's fine.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
You can just jump on the stem of that mushroom and back it up.
More standable spots. This is definitely Metroid Prime here, so... Yeah, in addition to that there is actually an additional out of bounds that can be done in this room, although it is extremely difficult, extremely precise, and this out of bounds is done to get... There's a Chozo artifact in this room called Phazon Mining Tunnel, and you can get that one early without the Phazon suit or like a lot of energy tanks and gravity suit. But it's extremely hard, and top runners of this game do go for it, such as likes of say Justin DM or T3 and so on.
This room is pretty scary. If you mess it up, you can lose a lot of health. Oops. Oh no. I'll have to jump over.
Yeah, I'd say hit the safety save too.
I will. That's the plan.
Good.
It's good to keep it safe in this room because these guys can really mess you up if you're not careful.
Yeah, definitely. The knockback on those shots can definitely mess it up when you're dashing and flying around all over the place.
Alright, so more standable spots. Let's go. I can jump right here and then onto the spider track. Skip the whole thing.
Yeah, and then onto this platform, then just a simple R jump across, and there you go. Yeah, so we're taking the safety save over here because, well, for one, we're low on health, and two, we haven't saved in a while. Good idea. Doesn't take much time to do. And then soon enough, we will come across Omega Pirate, which is up here, and he has an important item that we'll need for the rest of this run called the Phazon Suit, particularly at the very end of the game, because the boss can only be damaged by an ability that the Phazon Suit grants us. Furthermore, what you can also do with this is if you boost off to the side, you can have it so he's just standing there, and then you can just attack him. But the way his AI works just the same as other elite pirates. He's of course has a little cone of vision when he first appears, and then he's just pivoting around, and Cody is abusing that to hit him as much as possible. And here what Cody tried to go for what's called a trooper scoop. Oh nice, ice troopers.
Yeah, I got lucky.
Yeah, that's the best luck you could get. So what happens is Omega Pirate usually spawns these troopers, but that power bomb was to basically skip the spawn. But unfortunately he didn't get it, so that's okay.
Yeah, so what I'm doing here is the boss always spawns in the pool that he did not spawn in previously, and also the one that's farthest away from the player. So using those two things, I can manipulate where he's going to spawn and always know.
Yeah, because there are exactly 3 pools, and that only leaves one left. And just like that, that's a 1 cycle. Let's go. And now with this, we get our Phazon Suit, or if I like to call it, Furzon Suit, because, you know.
Correct.
Oh wait, I lied. I said we weren't going to get the gravity suit. Well, I suppose we have it now, right? Just kidding, it is actually the Phazon Suit. Although that cutscene's interesting because it just shows the next suit upgrade up regardless. So if you have the gravity suit, it shows the Phazon Suit. If you have Varia, it shows gravity and so on. But it is always the Phazon Suit.
Ooh, that was cool.
Very nice. So what we're doing now is we're going back through this room, Metroid Quarantine B, back to that Phazon mining tunnel to get that Chozo artifact from earlier.
I'm about to get destroyed. Nope.
Yeah, you're good. Surprisingly, Metroids in this game, they don't like doors. They will explode when they get into doors. Or walls, for that matter. Yeah, so we're going back to pick up this Chozo artifact down here.
Yeah, this is probably the most significant backtrack in the game. That's not very significant, because it's just a few rooms.
Yeah, much less significant than having to backtrack in a casual playthrough, backtrack like all the way back to Space Jump after getting Boost Ball, and then all the way back to Fendrana for Wave Beam.
Oops. I can do a wall boost there. This wall boost right here is much easier than normal because I don't have to go all the way up. I just have to go up a tiny little bit, and it will allow me just to pick up the artifact and leave, but I missed it and had to use a bomb.
Yeah, and of course what the Phazon Suit does is we no longer take damage from Phazon, which is very nice, so...
Yeah, so that's the whole reason why I can go in there. Thank God for game development.
Yeah, that's right.
Game design.
Shouts to Void, or not Void, but Zoid. There we go. Void is the ether.
Yeah, he fills the void in my heart, don't worry.
Yeah. Seriously though, Zoid is awesome. So anyways, now we are off to escape the Phazon mines now that we're done with this, or at least escape the lower Phazon mines, which this area is known as, or if you prefer, Phazon mines level 3. So we're going to go through this room over here, and Cody's going to do some fancy movement. And there will be an extra energy tank waiting for us as well. I believe this is the last one that we get in the run.
Correct.
So 5 is pretty okay for the most part.
It's actually the last item that I get, period, besides a couple, you know, artifacts.
Yeah, aside from the artifacts, it's the final item that we acquire. So that's basically all that remains. So
I'm gonna pick that power bomb up. Looks useful.
Yeah, you might as well.
It's free.
Yeah, you're gonna need them.
Alright, so we're back in this room. This time I'm not gonna jump on his head. I have to jump around his trigger by jumping on this tank. Hopefully I don't mess it up.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Ooh, very nice.
Yeah.
Well done, Cody.
So if I miss that, then I have to fight the guy, and that obviously wastes time. It wastes more RTA than it wastes in-game time because there's a cutscene involved.
Yeah, that's actually quite a bit harder than it might look. Cody made it look extremely easy. So speaking of hard tricks, we also have these shafts, and we don't have Spider Ball. We never picked it up. So what do we have to do? Well, we gotta do something else called Bomb Space Jump, or BSJ. A trick that's also in common to the other Prime games as well. So basically what happens there is we manipulate the camera in such a way to get an instant unmorph when we unmorph there. So we unmorph behind something, and then we can jump out of that. And then Cody's doing a setup over here to climb the shaft here.
Very cool. That was quick. Very nice. Second try is very fast.
Awesome, let's go. Quite challenging trick right there. But we're not done yet, but wait, there's more.
This one is much easier, thankfully, and of course I fail it, but trust me, it is. I don't have to do any dumb bomb jumps for this one. It's just more standable spots.
Yeah, typical Prime speedrunning here for sure.
The hardest part is landing on this rock here, but it's not too bad. I have a little setup for it, and it usually works.
Good content and great value.
Great value.
Yes, we are quoting memes from the speedrunning community. We all have our memes. Oh yeah, by the way, this pirate's name over here is Calvin.
Calvin is in the way of the spinner.
We like Edward, but we don't like Calvin.
We hate Calvin, and all my homies hate Calvin.
So another thing that Cody did is he actually boosted through the wall. That's kind of interesting how that works. It's basically what happens as he boosts into it. It kind of builds up his speed, and then until finally he boosts up enough speed to actually completely clip through. And here we're just gonna rapid fire missiles again on this guy. Just another elite pirate has the same AI behavior. And just like that, he goes down. Oh yeah, fun fact, this artifact right here on this version of the game, 0-00, if you reload the room, go 2 rooms away, come back, it's gone. And you can't beat the game anymore.
That's weird. I did not know that.
Thankfully it was patched in later releases, but anyways. There you go, that's another Chozo artifact, so we don't have too many left to get. There's one that remains in the Chozo ruins, which is a little bit later. And then, ironically, the last artifact that we get is actually like...
It's supposed to be the first one. It's the first intended one.
Supposed to be. Of course we don't do things intended in this game.
Wow. Unlucky.
Yeah, also Metroids spawn in this room after you release them in the quarantines, for some reason.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Dude, he was under me.
What?
I've never seen that before.
That's never happened before. How many of those have that been in this run?
At least 3.
Yeah, I think 3 too. 3 definitely feels like the right number. Yeah, so we got more standable spots on this central pillar here. You're intended to rotate this and use Spider Ball to go all the way up to the top, but no, we can just standable spots.
Whoa, I missed this. I missed the spot, but my gamer reflexes allowed me to land on the other platform.
Very nice. Yeah, good recovery.
This is the scariest jump, but the whole room is not too hard. Just some practice will get you most of the way there.
Yeah. So currently we're just. It's like we're just doing some general backtracking here, so might not be a bad time for donations or other such spiels.
We do have another donation, this one from our friend Anonymous. $10. Go Fluffy Cody.
Thank you,
Heck
Anonymous.
yeah. Thank you, Anonymous.
All right, we're entering the home stretch of the game. Just a couple more artifacts. There's one in Chozo that is not far out of the way, luckily, and there's one, we mentioned it earlier, it's the first intended one in the Artifact Temple, and then it's final bosses.
Yeah, which we're headed to anyways, so only a slight detour back to Chozo Ruins. The third time we had to go there. Unfortunately, we only go there just for one thing now, but that's alright. It's gotta be done.
This is
Kill
our
those
final
guys.
run of the evening here. We would love to have you join us tomorrow starting at high noon for Super Lesbian Animal RPG.
Heck yeah, let's go.
That was fast.
Yeah, so by the way, those bars, it is possible to go through those bars in reverse, but it's pretty difficult, pretty inconsistent. This is kind of why this particular route exists. This we call this the route Cody's been using is called the double IS route. And then there's that other route, which is the bars route, so.
Yeah, so funny story about this route. The old route would, obviously, the bars trick that we just mentioned, that was the other route of this game, the other widely accepted one, until one of the runners decided that he was fed up with that bars trick because it was too stupid. And they actually ended up timing this route and the previous one, and this one actually is faster. So it's easier and faster.
Best of both worlds, that's for sure. Usually you only get one of the two.
Alright, I'm trying to do a trick here called Ghost Skip. I've already gotten half of it. The second half is much harder. I have to like roll off and unmorph onto a little peg here. And I missed it.
Oh, just barely too.
It's okay, it doesn't really lose a lot of time, just because I have my X-ray visor now. That'll kill this guy much quicker.
Yeah, of course, like the Chozo Ghost from before at the Artifact of Wild, you can also do this stun lock trick here. And yeah, that was quite fast. So the whole reason why we had to go back here was basically because we needed the plasma beam for this particular bomb slot, and then underneath the Chozo statue is this artifact here. Artifact of World, I believe it is.
Just gotta make sure this is the second last one.
Yeah, for sure,
Like
because we had
in case something went wrong when I had to do the
yeah,
save
let's just
earlier.
check.
Oh, there are two that I'm missing. I don't know which ones.
Oh, I'm trying to think. So you're missing Truth?
Oh, it's Artifact of Nature, isn't it?
Yeah, Nature. Yeah, Nature's the other one. Yeah. Nature and Strength, I think. Other ones you're missing. Pretty sure. Yeah, so here Cody's doing a little slope jump off of that enemy there. You can stand on terrain in this game. You can stand on enemies too. It works. We do it. Helps that the spikes on his back are basically a slope.
I'm gonna go back to Magmore Caverns to grab that other artifact.
Oh wait, I know what it is. It's Wild.
Oh,
Yeah,
darn.
Artifact of Wild.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
Dang, I don't know if it's worth going back for. This might have to be the end of the run. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I would say so, yeah. At this point.
Yeah, it was a good, well, it wasn't a good run. The first half was good. I was actually very happy with the first half. And then second half was good, except for the one mishap.
Yeah, for sure. Like one little thing just kind of threw everything off. So, which happens. So this is sometimes the nature of speedrunning. Sometimes you have good runs. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you have to reset. Sometimes the run just dies, even with the safety measures in place. So.
Okay, let's get a big hand for our runner Cody7737 showing us a bonus game of Metroid 5. Very much appreciated. And we're going to throw it over to Speed Gaming for a raid. Please join us tomorrow at high noon for Super Lesbian Animal RPG. We will see you then.